Hey everybody, it's Doug Mystic Guy. Just getting ready to do episode 2 of our Galaxy Defenders playthrough. So welcome, and let's get started with this.
Negative.
Okay, before we get started, actually, I wanted to make a correction from the last session. I actually had 2 mistakes. One is this one, which we'll correct, but the other one I'm not going to bother correcting. In the last session, I actually killed this critter, a spine critter, during play, which would have done 2 things. One, it would have removed it from the board. 2, well, 3 things actually. So 1, it would have removed it from the board. 2, I wouldn't have moved back. I wouldn't have had a reason to from that event card, so I'd still be right there. And then 3rd, and equally important, that was the first kill of that turn, which gives us a alien artifact piece to go along with our character, the Marine. So I did want to make that correction. Now I'm just going to show you what the other one is, even though I'm not going to do anything specific about it. So that one is over here. This, and I made note of this in the last video as well, but this spine critter here actually was a blip that started up way up to the top of the board, and I moved the blip. I moved the wrong blip and moved that blip because this is actually a weapons cache, not a blip. The blue threw me off for a moment. I put that one back, but then kept moving the spine critter blip as if it was just moving, putting the Agent Mercury, the Infiltrator, at a little bit of a risk. But it's okay, and everything works out. So now that we've gone through our corrections, let's get back to some gameplay. Alright y'all, here we are. Now, sadly, my son Aiden, who really loved playing the game, does not like filming the games. He thought it was way too slow and took too much effort. He just wanted to play, so we came to an agreement that once I finish this playthrough session, we'll sit down and play a real game of it, just play it through and enjoy. So we're going to get started now with our next round. And keep in mind, you only have, in this scenario, you have 11 turns to succeed. And succeeding, there's a partial success, which means you took out I think it's at least X number as many, I'll look it up in the book, of the points, or if to have a full success you have to take out all of them. I don't know, first time playing, we'll see if we actually pull that off. First things first, got our power and refresh. So we do get to refresh our Agent Chromium, the Marine. His guard ability is currently active, and there aren't any other abilities to refresh on the board. Next up, we're going to have our Alpha Agent promotion and wings, and there will be something there, so I'm going to just make sure I got it right in the book before we take the action, then we're going to get to it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do the Alpha Agent promotion. That simply means we're going to take the first player marker and we're going to make Agent Chromium, the Marine, the Alpha Agent for the phase. That does a couple of things, nothing that's going to impact us immediately. The next thing we get our GD wings. That means we get promotions, possibly get promotions. Now how that works is if an alien was killed in the previous round, and I read this a couple times to be sure, because I saw it played where somebody played, and I can't remember which person it was, that they were marking each person to see if they killed an alien. But to me, that's not the way the rules read. Now I'll read it to you directly. It says, experience may improve the abilities of an agent in game terms during the strategy phase after the Alpha Agent promotion, which we just did. If at least one alien was killed in the previous round, each agent may try to improve his rank by 1 level. That tells me that it doesn't matter who killed the alien or if each killed the alien. It just says that if there's one alien killed in the round, each agent gets to make the attempt. I think that's because the attempt is actually not very good, especially I think in the beginning. what you do is you roll three of the red dice, and any GD you get will count towards a promotion. And we're going to take a look at that right now. Anyway, guys, continuing on, here's what we're going to do next. We go to our reinforcements phase. Now, you have to have the full complement of alien technology to turn it in and get an item. We have one fragment so far, so that's going to be the end of that point. Then we go to mission status check. Right here, mission status check. That too is not going to have an effect. And from there, we get on to our agent's turn. So we're going to start with our Agent Chromium and see if we can kill some more aliens and get to that point right there and destroy it. Pretty cool stuff. So let's get to it now. And we'll take his turn right now. Sorry guys, sometimes I forget to take breaks in my game session so I can edit easier. So what I did is I just paused for a moment just to come back and edit, and, so in case I need to do any edits, it'll be easier for me to do. So here's what we got. We are going to move 4, or we have a movement of 4. It doesn't mean we need to move 4, and we also get to take an action. So I've been trying to figure out if I have line of sight on this blip, and I kind of think I do, even though it's behind this other alien. I don't think the alien itself blocks line of sight. So just to play it safe, we're going to flip this over. I do know it's an alien because we've already drawn the human. So we're going to draw an alien card, and it's going to be a spine critter. Now, we both have, the Infiltrator has a green spine critter already, so we're going to put that with her so that she has both of the green spine critters. They basically do the same thing, and we'll bring this one out on the board. We just need to roll where it's going to go. Okay, we don't need to roll where it's going to go. We know where it's going to go. It was a blip, so it's going right here behind him. So I believe what we're going to do, I don't mind having some distance, but we do got to close the gap so we can get to that point there, and I could expose the other alien. I just don't know. I mean, you know, I can discard an ammo to do an area damage, and I have the extra ammo. I might actually do that. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to move 1, 2 to right there. Either way, that's still forcing him to move an area, but it brings us closer to our objective. And then I think Agent Chromium is going to spend an ammo to turn that into an area effect, and I have to do that before the hit roll. And I got to see if I have to roll for. Well, can I do? Let me check out area effect to make sure I can even do that. The aliens are in different spaces, so I need to look and see if that's in different areas. You know, the blocked off zone. So I need to see how that works. Just one moment. Okay, so yeah, so somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but as I take it from the rules, this white outline is the area, so we can't really do an area effect attack because those aliens are not in the same area. But we do get to attack the green alpha, no, Xeno beta, and I do want to also add something before it becomes a potential problem. Well, it won't be a problem per se, but just I want to make sure it's fixed. This guy here, I'll show you something, and you may have seen this in other videos. This blue Xeno Alpha is tougher. And you see on his shield down here it says it has a little battery. That means he has shields, and that means we put an armor token on that will. Here's what an armor token looks like. That will be removed first when he first takes damage. So that's going to be the first thing to go before he rolls his defense dice, but it does stop and damage automatically. But we're not firing at him right now. We're firing at the green one that's being controlled by Agent Mercury, our Infiltrator. Now let's. What we're going to do is Agent Chromium is going to fire his assault rifle, keeping in mind that he has this new tactic that allows him to re-roll some bad stuff. And he's going to roll 3 red dice, and he has a range of 3, so he can easily hit 3 areas, so he can easily hit that target. Okay, here's our dice roll for Agent Chromium shot. Wow, he only got 2 hits, not great. So that means that our bad guy, he did not get a lightning bolt in those, just 2 hits. He did get a jam, so based on that, we're going to re-roll. Man, that's one of his hits though. We're going to roll it anyway because he can, which means we're going to flip his. I'm doing it off camera. But we're going to flip his tactic, and make sure it is used. Yeah, so we're just going to place that. Okay, and let's roll. Oh gosh, it knocked us down to one hit. That is a bummer. Alright, well, let's roll the one defense die that the alien has to roll and see what he gets. He did not defend against the one shot, so there is some hope in that. So let's go back to the table and I'll apply the damage. Well, there, he took some damage. We got to do better than that, though, or we're not going to make it in time. And in addition, just as a reminder, he did use his basic tactic this turn, which it'll get refreshed in the refresh phase. And so reroll one result. So, not a bad tactic. Okay, just as a brief correction, when you use a tactic, it basically gets flipped over for the mission. So that was his one-time use of that tactic, unless a card comes up that allows him to refresh that. Skills in that get refreshed. His guard ability gets refreshed, but not the tactic. So, okay, moving on. Okay, next up we go into our next phase, which is going to be the alien turn. We're going to draw our close encounter card for Agent Chromium. It says activate all Xeno betas. So how many of those do we have? We have one Xeno beta, and it happens to be the one that's standing in front of our Agent Chromium. So he's going to activate. Let's take a look at him. Now remember, he has his... Oh, you know what? He didn't take... That's the Xeno Alpha. The Xeno Beta is with our other agent here. This is the Xeno Beta. So what is the Xeno Beta going to do? He is basically one away, so he's going to move adjacent to the closest... it's a critter, spine critter, sorry. I need the Xeno Beta. Here it is. Sorry, guys. There's the Xeno Beta. With one, if he's in range of one, he's going to attack with his blaster and move away one area. So first thing he's going to do is attack with his blaster. His blaster gives him 2 red dice. He's got no melee weapons, and he doesn't have any special abilities, but if he does roll, that's for if we're rolling for armor. So right now, he's going to roll 2 red dice, and that's going to be his attack against our Marine. So let's see how that goes. Okay, here we go, guys. Let's roll the dice. He got 1 hit, or 2 hits, sorry, against our guy. We got 2 defense dice. And is there anything we can do to prevent that? No, but if I do roll a lightning bolt, I get to re-roll any failed dice that I have as part of Agent Chromium's armor ability. He's got armor, Chromium Mark I armor. But we blocked one of them, and we did not get, oh, we got our lightning bolt. Nice. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Just going to swivel right over here. See, he's got special armor. It says armor, Chromium Mark I, lightning bolt on defense. Reroll all failed dice. So we're going to go, just tilt it back over here. We're going to re-roll this failure. And we did. We blocked both shots. He took no damage. That is a pretty good round for us in that regards. And now that's going to end his turn. We're going to move over to the Infiltrator. Okay, our Infiltrator is currently engaged with this blue spine critter here. They have 4 hit points. They're not all that tough. And she does have a really good bladed weapon that she just missed with last time. So she's going to do that. It's going to give her 4 red dice in melee combat. And if she manages to roll a lightning bolt, that's going to reduce the enemy's defense by 1. Of course, this is 0 range and it doesn't require any ammo. So let's go to the dice bowl. We're going to roll against this critter here and see. And we're not going to move because they're engaged. So we're just going to do the damage and make it happen. Now with a lucky roll, the Infiltrator could kill this this person right out, which would be awesome. No. Wow. A complete utter miss. That is amazing. Is there anything she can do? That's the second time she has completely missed that guy. Well, I think she didn't miss last time, but it didn't matter. Yeah, so that's not too good. Anyway, let's go back to the table, and I guess we're just going to draw her alien card, or close encounter card, and keep moving on. This is almost like a duplicate of her last round. That's not too good. Okay, let's draw our close encounter card for Infiltrator. We're going to activate all wounded aliens. Okay, so the only wounded alien currently on the board is the green Xeno Beta that is in front of the Marines. So I guess he's... Oh, you know what we didn't do with him last time is his tactic was to fire and move back one area to there. So we had to do that. So kind of catching up on that. So basically that puts him 2 areas away. So he's just going to attack twice with the blaster. And again, that's two red dice against our Marine. So far, we haven't done too badly with that, but let's go to the dice roller and make that happen. Okay, let's roll. Wow, 2 hits there from the alien. Bummer. Let's see what we can do. Now, we're going to get an armor roll. I just want to make sure. So we're going to roll 2 dice for armor, and we got to remember that a lightning bolt allows us to re-roll any failed dice. So they're both failed and no lightning bolts. So our Marine just took 2 damage. He's up to 5 points of damage against him now, 5 wounds. That's not the greatest. And we have another roll. So the green Xeno Beta is going to make another attack. He hit once on that one, so now we're going to roll 1 die and see if we can see. Okay, we got a shield on that one. So we did not take any damage from the second attack, but we took both points of damage from the first attack. So, going back to the board here, I got to make sure to keep the damage with the aliens. That's what it looks like right there. And that is going to end this round, and then we're going to draw our event card. So let's get that one done. Okay, so for our event, Tempest Weather. It says weather effect, agent movement is reduced by 1. Okay. All signals move 1 area toward the closest agent. Okay, well there's only 1 signal. The closest agent, they're both 1 area apart. So I guess we get to choose. I think based on the way this is going, I'm almost tempted to move that one near to the Infiltrator, because the Infiltrator, yeah, well, our Marine should be able to take more damage. He's just been failing to take more damage. He's been actually taking the damage. Let's see, so we got to think about that. Let me think about that and we'll go back to the table with it. Yeah, we're going to move it to the Marine. I think the Marine has a better chance of surviving the attack. So here's the blip. We're going to move it to here. And then we're going to flip it because we know it's an alien, so we're going to take that and we're going to draw an alien card and see what it is. It is going to be a blue spine critter. So let me get that out, and we'll place that one. Since again, since it's the same type, we're going to keep both types together, and I'm going to place the other spine critter with the Infiltrator, and I'll get that figure and be right back to the table. Okay, there's our nasty spine critter right there, getting ready to attack. Now, we got to continue on with this event here. Basically, we have this last bit here. If aliens are less than players, agents, then we teleport in X number of signals. But there are 5 aliens on the board and only 2 agents. So the good news is we do not teleport any new signals to the game. And we didn't kill anything that turn, so we did not get another piece of equipment. We do not get to roll for advancement, and that is going to be it for the turn. So after that, we're going to go into well, we resolved our event card, so the next thing we do is just go move on to our next turn. So with that said, hey, thanks for watching. Sorry my son didn't want to continue with this, but I do understand it. He kind of had to sit there and wait for me to make commentary, etc., and then move. So I get it, but he and I are going to have a fun game when all is said and done. I think I did that. I think I caught my mistakes in play, so I think we're okay. But if you do see anything, again, this is our learning session, so let me know, and I'll talk to you soon.